Title: Parizaad, the soul behind the shadow. Let me tell you a story, not of a king or a warrior, but of a man who fought battles no one saw, a man named Parizaad. His name meant born of a fairy, but life ironically treated him like the opposite. Parizaad was born into a poor family. From the very beginning, people noticed his dark skin and ordinary face, things that shouldn't matter, but often do in a world that judges quickly. Even his name, Parizaad, felt like a cruel joke to others. They teased him, bullied him, and laughed behind his back. But Parizaad, he didn't let that define him. He was different, yes, not in looks, but in thought. While others played in the streets, Parizaad found refuge in poetry. He wrote verses about pain, about love, about stars and dreams, about things no one around him understood. He was quiet but observant, sensitive but strong, a soul born decades ahead of his time. At school, he was always the odd one out. Teachers barely noticed him. Students made fun of his looks. But Parizaad had one weapon, his words. He poured his heart into poetry. At night, under the dim light of a broken bulb, he scribbled lines that would make even the coldest hearts melt. If only someone read them. He fell in love too, silently. Like all his emotions, he kept his love hidden, knowing too well that the world would laugh if he ever confessed. His love was pure, like the kind you find in old novels, untouched by expectation, untainted by hope. But even that love was taken from him when she married someone else, someone richer, someone more accepted. And so, life pushed him into the shadows. One day, a small misunderstanding, a false accusation, and Parizaad was forced to leave his city. He walked away from everything he knew, carrying only a bag of clothes, a few books, and a heart full of pain. But sometimes, when life closes every door, a window opens. Parizaad met people who saw beyond his face. Slowly, he started working, first as a helper, then as an assistant to a powerful businessman. His honesty, his intelligence, and most importantly, his silence impressed those around him. He was the man who never asked for anything but gave his all. One day, fate rewarded him in an unexpected way. The businessman he served passed away, and in his will he left everything to Parizaad. Just like that, the boy who had nothing became a man of power, money, and influence. But wealth is a strange thing. It can hide your pain, not heal it. Parizaad wore expensive suits, drove luxury cars, and attended grand parties. But he still felt alone in a room full of people. Women who once ignored him now tried to charm him, but he knew they loved his wealth, not him. Friends appeared out of nowhere, only to use him for their own gain. In this golden cage, Parizaad often asked himself, who am I now? A rich man with a poor soul, or the poor poet who once dreamed under a broken bulb? He met a few genuine people along the way. A blind girl who saw him more clearly than anyone with eyes, a mentor who reminded him of his roots, a friend who stood by him not for gain, but out of respect. Each of them reminded Parizaad of the value of simplicity, truth, and love. But perhaps the most painful lesson came when he revisited his first love. He helped her silently, without telling her. When she finally recognized him, it was too late. Their paths had already gone too far apart. She admired him now, but the love he had carried for years had burned away into ash. What happens next? Follow given link below.